Welcome back to the official Nerdy channel. Today, I have the ATTE Walker. This is Lego set 75337, a giant 1,082 piece Lego set, and I'm super excited to build this today. So as you can see, it is a very large box with some pretty detailed artwork. Let's start over here. 1,082 pieces, ATTE Walker, 75337 is the set number, recommended for 9+. The Lego Star Wars up top has like the golden yellow Clone Wars decal on the side with one of Ahsoka's troopers in the corner. Now, in the main art box art, you have the ATTE Walker in combat with the clones running around facing the Spider Droid and the other droids. There's one clone in the cockpit. The gunner clone is up on the turret, and the background looks to be some sort of planet. I think this is Utapau from episode 3. So that's pretty cool. And then down here you got Commander Cody, 212th Clone Trooper, 3 of them. As you see, 1 has a regular blaster and 2 have rifles. Then we have the Clone Gunner and then 3 of the battle droids. So that's the front of the box. The top of the box, of course, is the fine print stuff and Commander Cody in actual size for comparison. This side of the box, super boring, just as Lego life. Back of the box, we'll save that for last. Bottom of the box, even more boring. This side of the box, that's pretty cool. It has the ATTE art right there as well. Very cool. Now the back of the box. The ATTE is in less action. It's more opened up so you can see what's going on. So as you see, the back opens up. Looks like it slides down or folds down. And the top folds up so that the clones can get inside of it. The clone gunner up top can just stand up there. Down here, we see that there's some cool features. Looks like the turret spins around and there's a handle in the middle that pops up so that you can carry it around. So that's pretty cool. Now, there's of course this Dwarf Spider droid, the other droids. And then up here, you have, oh, look at that. The whole cockpit just slides out. That's pretty nice. And there's seats for a lot of clone troopers inside of this ATTE. So let's say the whole inside of the ATTE will be usable space. So that is super, super exciting. All right, let's build this Lego set. So I just finished bag 1, and the only things in bag 1 was the Dwarf Spider droid and the 3 battle droids. So that's a tiny, tiny bag. Oh, and the brake separator. Tiny bag. Everything else is in the next 5 bags. You're like, that was like a lot more than 5 bags. You're right, it is. You have bag 2. Then, bag 3. There's 2 bag 3s. What's up with that? Bag 4, bag 4. What? Bag 5. Bag 5, what is going on? Same thing over here. Bag 6, bag 6. All the bags are actually 2 bags. So yes, this set has 6 bags. But in reality, it actually has about 10 bags. Just saying. All right, now we're gonna build it. right, so now that it is finished, I'm going to take a quick look at the minifigures and characters that come in this set. As you see, it is a pretty awesome selection. We have some battle droids, which have the metallic blasters that you see in all the new Clone Wars sets. Cool. All right, so Dwarf Spider Droid. That's pretty awesome. Unlike some previous Dwarf Spider Droids, this has an actual long cannon instead of a stud shooter. So that is a big change. Besides that, nothing much different from other Spider Droids that have existed in the past. Take a look at that. There you go. Cool. Now we get on to the ATT and the clones. As you see, the droids in this set are no match for these clone troopers. We have 3 212th troopers, 1 gunner, and of course Commander Cody, which is super awesome. So taking a look at these 3 troopers, they are all exactly the same except for their weapons. 1 trooper is a blaster, the other 2 have blaster rifles. And besides that, they all look the same, and they're really cool. I love this orange armor. We can also take a look at the back of their armor. Take a peep at that. That looks pretty cool. So there's a little bit of orange in the back, as you can see, that matches that orange angle up front. They have orange on the legs and hip area, orange on their knees, and their belt is like orange and white, like striped almost. That's very interesting. So I think that's really cool. Over here, the gunner is basically all white, just phase 2 trooper, plus he has some markings on his head designating he's a gunner, and he has that heavy shock absorber right across his chest. Besides that, he basically is the same as these guys, just with no orange markings. He also has a blaster pistol for his weapon. Now, all 4 of these clone troopers here have the exact same headpiece. So if I go ahead and put this down, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Right there, if you can see that, this is what all of their heads look like. Nothing on that side, just that's the plain head piece. The only ones with a different head is Commander Cody. So you take a look at Commander Cody, his face actually has an expression right there. So he has an expression on his face, and then his trooper is a little bit different than the other troopers. So let me show you that. As you see, down by his hip, his orange markings are only on 1 leg. His knee pads are solid orange instead of half orange. Now his belt and his abdomen armor is actually gray instead of orange, but then one side of his belt is orange, which is interesting. And then on his chest, he's like 3 orange stripes. Also his arms are orange, which is different from these other clone troopers. And if we turn around back, we see he has some sort of backpack or jetpack or something on his back, as well as some more orange markings. And then, of course, his helmet is also marked up, much different than the other helmets. And he has an orange visor piece that came in this set. So this set did also come with an orange rangefinder, as you see, and the orange visor, so you can do either one. And so Commander Cody is a lot different from his soldiers, but they obviously go together because they're still all orange 212 troopers. So the minifigures in the set are really, really awesome, and I would definitely highly recommend them. Let's go on to the ATT. All right, as you can see, this set is super awesome and pretty big too. Looking at the exterior, it is 6-legged, of course, just like in the show, and has exterior plates all around. Basically, it's in 2 compartments, this one and this one. And up front, you have the cockpit. So if we look at this from sort of a front view, you can see it's very imposing from the front with 4 guns that are fully mobile, able to turn in all directions, as you see. Same for all 4 of those guns. And then the one big cannon up top. Now this cannon has a seat for the gunner right here. As you see, it actually has 2 stud shooters right in here. And then this cannon is very long and can turn up and down. And then the whole thing rotates. As you see, it depresses and may raise that high. So that's the cannon here. Going back down to the cockpit. As you see, there's a chair inside. This whole cockpit can actually just slide. Oh, don't break it. Whoops. All right, the whole cockpit slides out right there. And so here it is. This is the cockpit. It has a chair, 2 joysticks, and that's about it. Pretty basic cockpit. So it just slides right into there. And then coming around this way, I'll show you the back next, and I'll show you the front. So the front compartment here, this section lifts off. This section folds down, just like that, and turns, as you can see. Same thing on this side, folds down and turns out. So now that is exposed here. There are 2 seats right in there, as well as a wrench and some thermal detonators in there, if you see those. There's also a crate right here. Inside that crate is a pair of white binoculars. So that's what the front compartment looks like. When we come around here to the back compartment, as see 2 more cannons, once again, fully mobile. Now, they're connected by this joint here. So you can pull these back also, and then you can separate these right here. So this has an ingenious mechanism to fold down there, which is really cool. And this one folds up. This one rotates out as well. And that is how you get access to the back compartment, which is very spacious. Has 5 seats. As you see, this one controls these back guns. And then down here, we have a spot to put some guns. Over there, you can put the blaster rifles as well. And there's a mug, there's a fire extinguisher, lots of little details like that. So that's very cool. That's the back of it. Now, if I put down the top hatches again, you can see this in the middle. This is the handle. So now I can actually lift the entire ATT up by this handle. And that's how I can kind of transport it around to different spots. So that is the ATT entirely opened up. As you see, lots of playability features, lots of functions. And this is just a super awesome set. This is a ton of fun to build and so much fun to play with. Like, you guys don't even know until you play with this how awesome it is. So I definitely highly recommend that you get the set, you build it, you display it, and you play with it, because this is good for all of those things. And so great Lego set, 10 out of 10 review, definitely from me. And you know what else would be 10 out of 10? If you like this video and subscribe to the official Nerdy channel. But most importantly, have a good day.